going to do this morning is kind of share some stories, things that I've been able to do and that friends of mine have been able to do. But let's go to this introduction. It says, is the changing face of evangelism and missions creating opportunities for artists? Yeah, it is. So, growing churches have incorporated the arts. In the mission field, we're seeing tremendous things. We had a girl, we had a conference in Chicago for many years. It was like 100 years, and it just kind of gave up the ghost about 5 years ago. It's called the Greater Chicagoland Sunday School Convention. And it was where people would go to look at all the new VBS stuff and check out the youth camps for summer. And we used to teach workshops there. It definitely wasn't our crowd, but we would go just because as a conference that doesn't have a big advertising budget, we would go anywhere we could, you know. And a girl came up to our table with her husband. She was a Chinese girl. And as we talked, we found out she was a professional dancer. And we said, hey, why don't you come to Karitos? We have dance. And so she came with her husband. This was in 2005. Got kind of blessed. Came back in 2006, got more involved. Really began to see that God could use her in her dance. So right before the 2007 conference, she and her husband said, we think God's telling us to move to China. And they were from Hong Kong. They were Hong Kong Chinese and not mainland Chinese. So on Saturday night, we have what we call our commissioning service. And we prayed for them, and they're two little boys, and commissioned them to go out as missionaries using dance. He was a doctor, so they could get in. She came back in 2008, had seen 9,000 people come to Christ using dance. Came back in 2010, or 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012. See, they just have moved back after, what, 5 or 6 years in China. They saw thousands of people come to the Lord. Had they gone as missionaries or evangelists, they wouldn't have gotten in. So you can take the gospel using the arts, using a cultural expression of the gospel, and you can touch lives.